Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. In the middle, yeah. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. For the tarot portion, I'm using the Star Tarot. It's the second edition on there by Kathy McLeland. There's the whole front of the box. There's a website for Kathy at the top here. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out, kathymcleland.com. Supportive Oracle cards. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed. Is that what's... There's websites at the bottom. I want to say that she has her own website. I'll look real fast. I want to say it's on the back here. Yep. There we go. There's a picture of Colette. And at the bottom of that paragraph next to her picture is her website. There's a couple other ones below that. So feel free to check out whatever you would like. And for the last part, I do use dice. I use, I think this is 21-sided. 21-sided, and it does omit 0, so it doesn't do the Fool, but close enough. I make it work. I use the 4-sided dice for the element, and then I use this 14-sided dice for the minor arcana. I want to say that the 14-sided dice came from here, mathartfun.com. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. And then the bigger one came from Tom Anders, which I know there's a website on here, I just don't see it. Impact Miniatures, I think. Hopefully that focuses so you can see it if you're interested. On the back here is that thing. So if you want to use that thing, go ahead and use that thing. Alright, so with that being said, if you want a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the current pricing also, my Instagram is below if you want to go on there. So I'm just on here in Instagram. And without further ado, let's go on to your reading. Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Sagittarius? 4 of the Pentacles. The Sun card. Okay, wait. Let's put them all down before I get too excited, because I'm kind of liking it so far. We gotta get there, though, right? Gotta get there. Right here. Okay. I actually do think this is gonna go well. There's a bump that could happen. We got to be careful of that. Okay, so why am I flipping this? Small steps. Small steps. I feel like it's Camel Boys asking for help. I keep getting more like small steps. I feel like Sagittarius is good at that in the sense of like, I move this a little bit forward, I move that a little bit forward, I move this a little bit forward, I move that a little bit forward, a little bit here, a little bit there. I think this is a weird analogy, but it's almost like, for example, if you were a writer, I don't know why this is a weird analogy in my opinion. It's kind of like switching gears constantly. So say you have a book you're writing, maybe you have a couple different books you're writing. And then you like to write poetry, and you have something else to write, and you need this to write, and you just keep switching gears and doing a little bit of each. It seems counterproductive, but I feel like that's what we're talking about. Like this, that, this. Okay, I'll do this. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, I'll this. Okay, that. Okay, that. Oh, back to this. That's an okay over here. This over here. Like just kind of switching gears, but moving everything a little bit forward, a little bit at a time. Switching gears, switching gears, switching gears. But it's almost like in the same car, I just keep switching gears. You got the Sun card. I love the Sun card, especially in this deck. It's one of my favorite cards. One of my favorite depictions of the Sun card is in this deck. We're gonna make it. Judgment. And the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles reversed. So, moving things this is one of the reasons we want to move everything forward a little bit by little bit, because not everything is going to make the cut. So we don't want to put a lot of energy in something and then all of a sudden it's like all that effort is gone. So it's like keep doing all these little things, because something here isn't going to make the cut is what I'm getting. If not, maybe a couple things. It's like a heads up. Because there's definitely things here that you want to keep. So I feel like it's almost like, I don't know what it is. It's like I have all these things that I need to do and they're all important. But certain things are not going to last, and we don't want to put too much energy in certain directions because something might change. Or so, for example, if you're writing a book, it might just get so far and it's kind of like, you know what? This story belongs in a different subject. I need to rewrite it a whole different way. And that next chapter or that next story, I need to rewrite this whole... It's like if I had a series of like 5 different books, this is like number 4, and I'm like... You know what? This story is sounding like something totally different. I'm going to move that over here, and I'm going to rewrite that in a certain way, and then I'm going to maybe not do that one. It's something like making a change that I wasn't expecting, and it's like, why am I not continuing is a good question. Judgment is not close, but it's like judgment is not going to go your way on this one subject. So, I don't know, it bothers me that I'm using this analogy, but if you were a writer... And it's kind of like maybe the book you're writing isn't going to go anywhere for some reason, or it has to stop, or for some reason it's like I'm not interested in that anymore. Maybe that's why. Maybe your interests have changed. A whole new subject is coming in, and it's kind of like maybe there's a reason. Maybe there's a reason we should just go slow by slow by slow. By slow by slow by slow. I don't know. That's not really the best grammar, is it? But hey, there we go. There's this a really good reading, and I get that. I get that the energy around you is really good at the moment, and it's kind of like it feels like the energy is good in this subject. This subject, I feel like there's a lot of pleasure with it, and you're in your groove. I feel like what they're saying is honor your energy, but do little by little by little by little. Keep moving, but little by little by little by little by little by little. Because something's going to change here. Something is definitely changing. I feel like there might be a new opportunity, because I get like something is trying to come this way. You seem very liked, and I feel like people are talking about you. I don't think it's bad. I feel like in this subject or in this arena, if people aren't talking about you, you're forgotten. If you're forgotten, you don't get the opportunities you're supposed to have. So it might be like nature of the beast type thing. Can we do another roll on that? People are talking about you, but I feel like in this arena, whatever it is, to get the benefits you need, it's the nature of the beast. People are wondering what's really going on. I don't know. People don't understand you, is what I'm also getting. 6 of Cups reversed. These people who are talking about you, they don't seem to feel that they really understand what you're about. Even if you're looking at this kind of like, there's so much there. How do you not know what I'm about? They don't feel like they understand what you're really about. But they are interested. You definitely have something they're interested in. They just don't seem to understand where you're actually going. There's something like, I feel like this is like one of those things where you're looking at somebody really talented, and like you see what they're doing, and it's interesting, but you're like, yeah, but I feel like there's more. I feel like there's something else. It's almost like somebody who, they have hidden talent, or like, it's like when you see a singer and they're singing certain songs, but all of a sudden they have that one song, you're like, that's what I was looking for. And it's like, you've watched them for years, and all of a sudden they just sing that perfect song, and you're like, that's what we were looking for. It's kind of like having that talent, but it's not been fully expressed yet. It's still trying to break through. It hasn't been fully expressed yet. If this is something, like I keep going to that writing thing, which is not a bad thing, but I'm like, this is something that's currently giving you stress. It is currently giving you stress that you don't want to let go of. And I get like the total subject overall, you will not, but I keep getting whatever this is, there's a switch of gear. There's a switch, like it's like, I feel like whatever I was doing and I was liking, it's kind of like I don't have the ignition to do that anymore. A new subject, a new endeavor is coming in. It's not like I'm throwing anything away, but it's kind of like I don't know if that book is ever going to get finished. I need to start this new one because that's where my passion is starting to drag me. So I need to go there. there's like something, somebody's trying to bring something to you. I keep getting that. There's something else that they don't know what you're about, but they want to. The Six of Cups came up upside down originally, and now it's showing right side up as a hidden card. These two cards were hidden. They want to see if you can actually fit. They're like, we see enough here from Sagittarius. We want to know if they can fit. Let's give them a little something. Let's give them a project and see if they actually make it happen. Let's see what they do with it. Okay. I think the challenge is to go with it. I think that's hard, ironically. Even though Sag's natural energy is just to keep moving and just kind of roll with the punches and kind of like, oh, this is where I got to go now. Okay, I got to go this way now. Oh, got to go that way. Sag just kind of rolls with it. Ironically, whatever this subject is, it's hard for you to kind of go with that. Is that swords? I think that's swords. Two of Swords and the High Priestess reversed. This opportunity comes forward for you. An opportunity comes forward. It's like this random, it feels random, but when I see the wheel coming forward, it's kind of like, it's coming your way. It's more about what are you going to do with it. Are you going to turn this to your benefit or to your detriment? So I know I'm using the writing thing. I hope it's not obnoxious, but I keep getting like, for example, if you're writing a book and then you get an opportunity to write a pilot for something, maybe even co-write a pilot for something, it's kind of like, I can't write my book and I can't do that. I can't do them both and do them both well. I have to choose one or the other. And the opportunity to write this pilot, even if it's co-write, it's like, it's not something that just falls off of trees. It's something that is meant for you. It's good for you. What they're saying don't do is don't box yourself in. So for example, if you're writing a book, I keep doing that, I know, I'm sorry, but if you were doing that and you get this opportunity, they're like, let that be okay for now. Let that just stay where it is. Nothing is going to be lost. Let that be. If you hold yourself to this, like, I got to finish that. No, that's where I need to be. Nope, that's what I have to do. If you try to confine yourself with the Devil card, thinking it's the right thing to do, it's going to be hard for you. It's ironic because it's kind of like, yeah, but I feel like that's the right thing to do. This is the Gaia card, Gaia's Garden. It's feeling like if I just hold to these strict rules, I'll get the benefit I want. But they're saying, no, let go for now. We're not saying you won't go back to that, but for right now, maybe it needs to go to the side. Maybe it needs to go to like the freezer for a little while. What they're saying to do is go with the new opportunity and go with it fast and flow with it. This might open doors because like we want people talking about you. We want people recognizing that you're a force to be reckoned with. The end cards are good, but let's get a little bit more. I mean, they're good. It's ironic that you get boundaries in a different way. And are we going to stop rolling? Yes. High Priestess. And then the Six of Pentacles reversed. Alright, so Six of Pentacles reversed is like an imbalance. High Priestess coming in is like trying to make something balanced to your benefit. Whatever this is coming in, you do have success coming out of it, but you got to make sure it goes your way. This feels a little political to me. I got to make sure that my name's out there. I got to make sure people know that I'm a part of this. The Six of Pentacles is telling me you're going into something that's not balanced. So, for example, if we're going to do this writing thing where you're co-writing a pilot episode for whatever, and literally you're writing 90% of it. Like you're putting in all the ideas, you're making the characters make sense, you're making the conversations make sense, you're making the scenes make sense, you're making sure that they add up correctly in the correct order, that people can follow the train of thought. You need to make sure that your voice is heard, and you need to make note that, like, you know, without me, this pilot wouldn't be. I put it all together, I had to fill in the blanks, I had to make sure it made sense. It was a jumble without me. And you gotta toot your own horn a bit. You're gonna have to if you want this to go your way. Because you have success here, but I feel like that's the stress with the success. The Ten of Wands is like success, but there's stress with it. If you push forward and you make sure that people know you did the work, and you need to, like, I wouldn't feel bad about it. In fact, if you feel bad about it, that could be a thing. Like, people could be like, oh, so Sag feels bad about that. Like, you don't want people noticing that. Like, if you have to feel bad about it, make sure it's private and only you know that you feel bad about it. Keep it to yourself. Or talk to somebody who you can trust that's not a part of the situation and just vent out your feelings that way, but don't let people know in the actual situation. You can have a tremendous amount of success here. It's knowing the boundaries is like making sure that you play the game. I know, it sounds the way it sounds. But like, you don't let certain people know what you really feel. You make sure that they hear and they see that you did what you did and you got the praise that you deserve. You don't let them know about any insecurities you're feeling. Work that out with other people. If you have a therapist, you have friends, you have family, people that you can trust that are not connected to that, do that there. Because I get like, there's a weird energy around this situation, which this is where I think the imbalance is coming for with the Six of Pentacles reversed. Somebody's trying to get away with stuff and just try to do the bare minimum here, and we don't like that. We don't want because if other people move forward on your talent and they get an opportunity, people are going to learn the hard way that they should never, they didn't actually do it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you do a kid's math homework, maybe they get a 100 on that homework, but then they fail the quiz and then they fail the test because they don't actually know what they're doing. So you're not doing anybody any favors by pretending like it's all fine and like, oh, I just won't say anything this time. You're not doing them or you a favor by doing that. Keep that in mind. What do you really want from this situation? Keep that in mind too. I don't feel like you're going to get any more credit than you deserve anyway. It's just one of those things where you have to be at peace with like tooting your own horn, kind of like, no, I did that. I'm the one who put that together. And like, you might want to keep notes if you can, if you're going into something like this, whatever you're doing with this situation and how you're making it work. I know that may be a lot to ask too, but if you can keep notes about all the things, just make a running tab about all the things that you're fixing or all the things that you're doing to contribute, and especially if somebody else is supposed to do something and you're actually doing it, anything you could like make a tab, make a note, just let that list keep growing to remind you and the other people that you're the one doing the work. This can be a great thing. I see a lot of success, but I feel like it's the hardest thing is to kind of like make sure people know that you're the one putting in the work. Again, if you let somebody else have credit, that's not good for you, clearly. It's literally not good for them because they're going to end up with opportunities that they're going to fail miserably at. So let's just be fair about that. And not only do they fail, but whoever gave them the opportunity is going to be very upset that they trusted somebody that they thought they knew what they were doing. And then it's like you get screwed out of the credit that you can do, and you miss out on opportunities. Somebody gets opportunities and fails at it, and then the third person is the person who gave the opportunities, expecting these opportunities to work out, and that's another level of failure right there. Toot your horn. Toot your horn. I'm just saying. Toot it. Toot it, Tootie. Anything else? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.